So today we're out here on Revontuli Coast multiplayer. It's actually been a while since the last time I visited this reserve, probably like 3 or 4 months, but I'm very excited to be back because there's a new rare in particular that I really wanna get. The etheristic willow ptarmigan. The etheristic willow ptarmigan is actually the replacement for the red willow ptarmigan, which doesn't exist anymore. Personally, I was a huge fan of the red willow ptarmigans because in my opinion they were one of the best looking rares on the entire game, but unfortunately they were replaced by these etheristics, and even though I don't think these etheristics are nearly as good looking as the reds, we are still gonna try to obtain one because we haven't got any single one. So there we have the first ptarmigan of the hunt. It is a level 2 male, and as you can see we're getting started on this part of the map right here, on the southern section of the reserve, which is actually the habitat of these willow ptarmigans. Normally when I hunt these guys, I typically start around this outpost, I run this area, and then I fast travel to this other outpost to check this other region. We're gonna start by shooting this guy. He was right here, it is just a molting, and as you can see the weapon we're gonna be using to shoot these ptarmigans is none other than the 12 gauge Cacciatore, the best shotgun in the game in my opinion. This guy is only level 2 with a score of 621.06, nice start. I'm hearing more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just heard another ptarmigan. It's not too far right here. Another level 2. 704 top estimate, which means he doesn't have a chance to make it because the diamond score for these willow ptarmigans, as you can see here, is 772. So if we wanna find a diamond, we'll have to pay attention to the top trophy estimates, and anything above 772 should have a chance to make it, even the level 2s. Now there is a raccoon dog right there. Is that a common? You know, the raccoon dog is another of the animals that is also present on the willow ptarmigan home range. She's running now. But yeah guys, one of the rares we're also missing is actually one of the variations for the piebald raccoon dog. I don't think this is a piebald, but I'm still gonna shoot it just in case. We have the 257, I believe. Right here, this is the 257. And this guy is roughly 150 meters out right there. Rather simple shot, she's down. By the way guys, in case you are wondering, the weapons we're carrying today are first of all, the 4570 lever action rifle, very good rifle that covers class 4 to 9. We also have of course the 12 gauge Cacciatore for the willow ptarmigans. We have the Frost 257, and we also have this bow, in case we happen to come across a diamond. Now here we have this raccoon dog, which I'm pretty sure is actually just a common unfortunately. Yep, great fur type, 5.31 score. The model is very nice though, this is one of my favorite species here on Revontuli Coast, no doubt. So I just remembered, apart from the piebald, there's another rare for the raccoon dogs that I'm also missing, which is actually the orange. The orange fur type is not nearly as rare as the piebalds, nor even as rare as the albinos, but the problem with that fur type is that it is actually very hard to distinguish with the commons. I mean, it should look more orange than normal, but it's still hard, from what I've seen. Now as you can see there we have 4 different raccoon dogs. I highly doubt one of them is in orange. But to be honest, the one that looks more orange is, I believe, that one, so let's shoot it just in case. You never know. She's down. Okay. Yeah, I think that is the best approach you can take. Just try to shoot anything that looks suspicious in hopes that one of them will someday be an orange. Well, unfortunately this one doesn't seem to be anything else than a common. And yeah, it is also a grey. Grey fur type, nothing different than the last one, but we have to keep trying. There's another one right there. There is a level 5 male. Nothing special apparently, but I'm also gonna shoot it just for practice because it is very common to have to take these shots on the throat on these raccoon dogs, and the only way to practice them is to take them as often as possible. This guy is roughly 75 meters out right there. He's not giving us an angle, well he stopped. And apparently we hit a single long right there. The shot wasn't as centered as I wanted, but luckily we got a viral. Yeah, this guy is just a common, but for practice, it is still nice. A black-white, look at that. Quite different from the grey fur type, and in my opinion, even more beautiful. Look at the shot was very bad to be honest. Quite far from being a hard shot. Ooh, now for a moment I thought that was an etheristic, eh? That is a ptarmigan. I was wondering where the ptarmigans were. There are more right there. That one looks suspicious as well, huh? I mean, you saw the pictures. Yeah, there are like 5 or 6 ptarmigans on that flock, so we're just gonna try to shoot as many as possible, especially that one. We are gonna 0 for 50. They are running away. Where are you going, buddy? I don't wanna shoot them on the ground because this is actually one of the few species that you have to shoot airborne. so we have to shoot it while they are flying. And as you can see, they are flying. Okay, luckily this way. That is 2. That is 3. And there are more over there. That is a male. Do the etheristics also spawn on the females? That is a good question. I don't think so, eh? Now that I'm remembering, I think the etheristics are gonna be exclusive to the males, because the rares used to be exclusive to the males. Now this other ptarmigan should be over here. I believe this is his own. Yep, 14 to 18. It is just a small male, but that doesn't mean he couldn't be an etheristic. Well, there he is. He was hiding, right there. And unfortunately it's just a molting. Let's shoot it. Perfect hip shot. And yeah, just a molting. 592.46, but I'm hearing more ptarmigans. We're in that area. In my experience, the best time to hunt these ptarmigans is definitely while they are feeding. They feed mostly in the morning and in the afternoon. As you can see, there is another decent sized flock. I also heard a male over here, so I'm trying to spot a male. There is a raccoon dog. And there's the male right there. 673 top estimate, no chance to make it. Now, one of the most interesting things about these ptarmigans is that the females are also able to make it, just as the males. We still haven't seen a single max estimate though. I see a female. Did it? Oh my god, it fell on the tree. It fell on the tree, so I don't think we're gonna be able to claim it. Unless we somehow managed to drop it by shooting it? It's not making her move though. So yeah guys, that's unfortunate. We won't be able to claim that one, but here we have the male, and it is just a molting. Beautiful plumage, look at that. Okay, differentiation this time. Unfortunately I had to leave the last one due to disconnection, and as you can see, there is a level 7 raccoon dog, not a max estimate, but there's something weird about it, I'm not gonna lie, he looked kinda orange. Yeah, look, I don't think that is a grey. If it is a common, I don't think that is a grey, because he definitely looks closer to an orange than the others. So yeah guys, I'm not saying this is gonna be the rare, but who knows. I definitely wanna shoot it. Let's see, here we have a good chance. He's throwing. We are 0 for 75. And that should be good, he's down. As you can see, we are pretty much on the same region as on the last server. We are working our way towards this area, which in my opinion is one of the best places for willow ptarmigans on the entire map. And then we're gonna check this region, which is also pretty decent. But first let's claim this raccoon dog. I mean, he looks weird to me. Definitely more orange than the others, but I don't think it's gonna be anything different than a common once again. It is a light brown this time, yep. 8.05 score, pretty decent size. This is the fur type that is, I would say, the most hard to distinguish from the actual oranges. Ooh, that is a big flock. Okay, that is a level 2. I think it is a bicolor. Let's get ready here. That is a female, I believe. We need to reload. That is another female, and this is the male. The thing with the etheristic is that it is very similar looking to a bicolor. It has the same pattern. The main difference though is that, as you can see, the bicolor is very red, while the etheristic is mostly orange, but it's pretty much the same pattern. This is one of the other females we shot. At 37 meters, pretty easy shot on this molting. I love this plumage. Hold up. I hear one. Yeah, I think it's flying this way. I was pretty sure there were more ptarmigans, and yeah, is that a male? That is a female. Okay, she's down, and it is just a common, a molting. You know, the females actually have one rare, which is the white. Not nearly as rare as the etheristic's, but it's also a nice rare. Now that is a different flock. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is another flock. There's a level 2 male, 686 top estimate, and there's another one right there, which looks a bit weird. Never mind, I think it's a molting, and the other male is a bicolor. Okay, let's shoot him. My accuracy with the shotgun today is very poor, I would say. There were a lot more though. Right there. We hit him. Perfect. We'll have to check what that is. This is a bicolor 679.23, and that one is the one that I couldn't spot, so it is a surprise, but I'm saying it's just a female. Yep, just a silver female. More ptarmigans? There is a female. A small female. Where are the big ones? We haven't seen a single big ptarmigan today. Just a bicolor. The difference between the bicolor females and the bicolor males is massive, as you can see. It would be so nice if there was a rare for the females that was completely brown, like this. So we're just arriving to the area that I just mentioned, right here. And I mean, there are a lot of tracks. Look, this is a male, not max estimate, but could be rare. So yeah, this is the reason why I love this area. It's just full of ptarmigans. Full of lynxes as well though, which is an issue because the lynxes spook the ptarmigans. And I was wondering where they were. Well, turns out they were actually just being spooked by a lynx, as I was suspecting. But we'll have to focus on this male for now because I'm not seeing more, for whatever reason. Maybe it will come out once I shoot this one. Easy. Are there more? Well, I just heard a call. It is coming from that direction. It is a female, so hopefully that will lead us to the big flock. This is just a bicolor. Beautiful plumage. Hold up. Oh, that one is close. Okay, I'm hearing it. Right there. Is that a female or a male? That is a female, 722 top estimate. Maybe decent. Maybe cold. And there's another warning call coming from that area. Is that a different flock? You know, there was a warning call coming from over there and another one from over there. So maybe we may be dealing with two different flocks right here. Yeah, this one is pretty decent size. Look at that. 682. I'm hearing more. Okay. This is why I love the ptarmigans. It's just constant action. That is a male. Oof. Beautiful shot. That one was far. And once again, I believe this is a molting, yeah. I saw a white tail for a second and I was like, damn, is that a white? But no, it's just a molting. Eh? What happened to this one? Okay, it's a female. But yeah, this is something that happens with the ptarmigans here on Revontuli Coast. They get stuck a lot. And once they are frozen like this, the only way to fix them is to fast travel somewhere else and come back. But of course I'm not gonna do that with this one because it's just a female and it doesn't matter. Grounded. Who cares? Oh, more ptarmigans, okay? They don't stop coming. Damn, that is a flock. Okay. Just female. Also a female. What are the males, brother? But yeah, guys, as you could see, this is the reason why I say this area is one of my favorite locations to hunt these willow ptarmigans. It's just loaded, and they just keep flying back and forth. Like, you can stand here, they are gonna fly this way, or you can stand here, and they are gonna fly this way. The lynxes are actually your friends here, because they just keep spooking them, and they just keep making them go back and forth, over and over. Is that the male I was looking for? I saw a ptarmigan flying? No, that is just a female. Brother, where's the male? Where are they keeping the male? Well, that's our answer. That is a male warning call. So we're just about to see if that male is anything special. Hopefully level 3, hopefully rare. It's gonna be tiny most likely. Yeah, that's tiny. I mean, we've been spotting a lot of ptarmigans, but none of them has been at least decent. I don't think we've seen a single ptarmigan today that is scored above 730. They all have been tiny. We are still gonna shoot this one though, because why not? What is he doing? Damn. Well, if he was trying to confuse us, he definitely managed to confuse us. And it is just a silver, 613.23. We'll have to continue, guys. A lot of ptarmigans, but nothing special so far. And well, it actually didn't take us too long. Here's a max estimate, right here. So yeah, guys, now we have something to track. Hopefully this will be at least something decent. That may be him right there. I'm pretty sure that is a male. 743 top estimate. Maybe the max estimate, guys. Yeah, I think that's the max estimate. Look, blue track right there. Unfortunately, he has no chance to make it, but that is something. And there's also a female. I wonder if he's part of a big flock. No sign of any more ptarmigans. So yeah, guys, we're gonna shoot this tooth. The max estimate is down. And the female is also down. Let's see a score of this one. It is a 737.07. I was saying that we haven't gotten a single ptarmigan above 730. Well, that's the first one. And this female right here, I don't think it's gonna be big. Yeah, 599.88, just a silver, level 1. Now we're gonna start working our way towards this part of the map right here. It's another fantastic spot for willow ptarmigans, so I think I'm a fast travel. Oh my god, level 3 right there. I saw it for a second, guys. Damn. I just fast rolled to his outpost, walked this way, and there's a level 3 willow ptarmigan. I don't know if you could see it, but yeah, I spotted it, and it had a top estimate of 795, I believe. Finally, guys, finally something decent. He ran this way. It was a big flock as well. So I wonder, are they hiding here? Ooh, there they are. Tim. Yeah, there he is. Okay, look at the estimate. He's down. We have to reload now. There are another 2 ptarmigans over there that I couldn't spot. So I'm gonna try to spot them here before claiming the level 3. But damn, finally. Just a couple females. Guys, I can't believe it. It is a bicolor once again. A level 3 willow ptarmigan. I was wondering if we were gonna find anything decent on this server. Hell, I was complaining about not finding a single ptarmigan above 730, and now we have a diamond potential here. They can troll though, that's something that I have to mention. But let's see a score. It is a 785.82, he made it. We're gonna tax it real quick right there. And as you can see, it is a bicolor level 3 diamond willow ptarmigan. Beautiful trophy, the first trophy of the hunt. After hunting these guys for a couple hours. Not the atheristic we've been looking for, but it is a diamond. And the diamonds are also pretty rare. Very happy with this one. Well, that is surprising. That guy has a top estimate of 742. I believe it was part of the same flock as the level 3. So that is definitely another ptarmigan we're gonna shoot. I lost sight of the rest of the flock though. That's a female. Yeah, we're definitely gonna focus on this male. And after we shoot this one, we're gonna go to a different location because I also wanna go hunt some other species. You know, I wanna target some lynxes as well around this area, some raccoon dogs, and if we have time we may hunt some moose as well around these lakes. But that will be on a different server because this one is getting late. Now this ptarmigan is a 694.13, a molting, pretty decent sized, but not huge by any means. This is a female right there. Yep, a lot of ptarmigans today. We got a level 3, but still nowhere close from achieving our goal of getting iron. What is this thing? This one is completely brown, as you can see. A brown, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the females had a brown plumage that was completely brown. This should be rare in my opinion, because it is the equivalent of the old reds. The difference is the browns only spawn on the females. So I went to check this other area, and well, that isn't a ptarmigan, but it is a pretty decent sized moose. Roughly 200 meters out, he's fleeing unfortunately. I don't know how we spoke them. I think it was a lynx, maybe? Yeah, that's the answer right there. Level 3 lynx. So yeah guys, it is unfortunate because we're gonna have a very good chance to, for the first time on this hunt, use the 4570. It is a pretty decent rifle for class 8 species. There is a couple raccoon dogs right there, level 7. I think I shoot that one, just for practice. Let's hero for 75. And that's it, very easy. It is amazing to shoot stuff without the pressure of having to find trophies. This guy is a 7.78, very decent size level 7, but not as big as the one we found earlier. Now we have to find that moose. He was heading that way. That is the lynx. That is another lynx. We may as well drop that one, just so it doesn't interfere with our hunt. Another victim for this rifle. He's like 150 meters out. And he's down. Is that the same moose? Or is that even bigger? No, it is definitely the same. Yeah, 298 top estimate, level 4. So yeah, we finally found it. It took us a while. And as you can see, he's feeding on a nervous state. The wind is blowing directly towards him, which is a problem. But if we manage to make him go alert right here, we may be able to go for a shot. He's turning around. He's alert. Let's hero for 150. There's a tree in the way though. Damn. Nice high ptarmigan. How big was the ptarmigan? I have no idea. Our focus right now is the moose. Yeah, I don't think he has a chance. He's probably gonna score high 250s, maybe low 260s. But we have a chance to shoot it here. Let's see. Just stop. He has plenty of bodyguards though. Damn. Just keep walking, he's alert. And that should be better. Hopefully. He's not going down though, he was perfectly broadside. We shoot him on the side with this 4570. but I don't see the hell going down, so maybe it wasn't a battle. What are the odds? Guys, I don't get it. No organs hit. He was perfectly broadside. The 4570 has 40 penetration, so it doesn't make sense. That should have been at least a single lung, because we weren't even that far. Oh, there he is again, okay. How far is it? He's definitely less than 200 meters out. So once again, we're gonna go for a similar shot once he stops. He's nervous? What is he gonna do? Is he planning to head back this way? Maybe. That would be ideal. Well, now he's heading that way. So let's try to get even closer. We have to try to drop this moose, it is big. Now he's alert. He's almost completely head on. And that should have been a barrel. Yep, he's been down. I don't think it was a hard shot, but definitely single lung at least. Maybe just me, but I think I've seen this rack make diamond, even lacking brow tines, to be honest. Yeah, the lack of brow tines is what I think is gonna prevent him from making diamond, or at least scoring close to diamond. But there's hope. Let's see a score. It is a 254.99, he's far, guys, yeah. He never had a chance. The first shot, it was heading towards the lung, but it lacked penetration. And the second shot was actually single lung, and again, it lacked penetration, but luckily it managed to reach it. So yeah, this 4570 should be more reliable, but definitely didn't like the performance on this moose.